What's up everyone, this is G The Hypersapien, and in this video we're going to do an Ufthak Blackhawk unboxing. We have the box of Ufthak Blackhawk. So basically this is a miniature that got released with the Big Dakka book. Games Workshop have been doing that lately. They've been basically bringing out a Black Library book and they bring out a miniature with the book. This is the back of the miniature. You see the Big Dakka book at the top. It's zoomed into a few key points of the miniature. So it has the cape, it has Princess, the squig, and it has his axe. But let's bust this open and have a look. So the miniature comes with a nice big base. Looks like it's about a 50, not quite sure. It will say it in the book. Yeah, so it's a 50mm base. So like always, we'll go through the instruction booklet first. Before assembling your miniatures, please read through the instructions in this booklet carefully. A pair of plastic cutters is required to remove the plastic components in this kit from the frame. We advise using a mold line scraping tool to clean up the parts. To assemble your model, you will need plastic glue. Games Workshop sells Citadel fine detail cutters, Citadel mold line remover, and Citadel plastic glue, but does not recommend these products for use for children under age of 16 without adult supervision. But let's take a look at how to build the miniature. So we have piece 2 and 1. So the yellow part here is where you're going to apply the glue, so it shows you where you need to put the glue and then you put both pieces together. And the blue is basically the previous step, so it's showing what the model looks like after this step above is complete. Add in this piece and this piece together, and the piece that you're adding together is step 7, 5 and 6. Now we move to step 2. So you see that you put in his hammer arm onto him, and now you put the chest piece on. So it's basically the chest piece. It looks like a bit of his shoulder pads and a bit of his loincloth. So that goes over his chest here. And you put the front of the hammer on down here, down to step 3. And it has piece 8, which are basically all the cables for the gun. And it goes onto sort of his hip here. We flip this over. Step 4. So this is going to be his back piece. So it's his banner and it's his cape. That goes onto the back here. Jump down to step 5. We have 10, which is his face. And then the 50mm base, and you can stick him to that. And then the green tick of approval. Ufthak Blackhawk is complete. They're only calling him War Boss here, which is a little bit lame. He's a little bit more than a War Boss, isn't he? But these are the rules if you want to, pause or if you want to go through that. So his face is pretty good. Like the Orks are really sort of changing. They're really changing the way they look. I mean, you still recognize it as an Ork, but if you go back to some of the older war bosses, they're really changed. Have a look at the squig now, the squig face. So even the squig looks quite different here than a lot of squigs we've seen in the past. It is a really nice looking squig. Looks a little bit different. It's kind of cool, I guess, how they're, making squigs look a little bit different each one. Then we have the cloak here. It's just nice and smooth. Someone did ask me if the flames were, sculpted into it, but no, they're free-handed. You do get these little studs on here and this glyph here. If we quickly flip it over, you can see the banner. So the banner has 2 teeth. Has a bit of a top knot, and obviously the Bad Moon's logo. You Bad Moon gits are going to be loving that you've got, a nice war boss. You don't need to use the rules for the character. You could use it as just a generic war boss for Bad Moons. While we're looking at the back of the sprue, we can have a look at the hand here. You've got the cloth running up it. Really sculpted detail when it comes to the veins and the nails. Really nice. Here's the gun arm. So you can see that you're going to have to put on the other piece with the squig, but make sure that you put the face in there. Just follow the instructions. Nice stitching up on the legs here. Really nice big boots. Here's the body here. Looks like a little tongue as well coming out. because you can see that here it has the hole in the mouth. So how orcs are these days, they have their little tongue hanging out, you know. The squig is quite a beautiful squig. You see the jaw plate there, chunky little tail, the wires. Really nice cloth here. So he has an elder helmet on him. He has these basically shoulder pads and a bit of the cape here. You see the cape is, you know, bolted onto it. He has some bad moon sort of little glyph parts here. Another couple of teeth hanging off the loincloth. But yeah, what a fantastic looking model. Definitely recommend to get this, especially if you like orcs, if you like the Black Library books that had this character in there, or as I said, you could get it as a generic war boss. You know, Bad Moon players are going to love it because it's got a lot of, you know, Bad Moon glyphs and iconography on it. Or you could even try and get rid of some of that. You know, you could get rid of this banner if you wanted to, which is the main part. He does have a bit here, but you could sort of, you know, just pretend that that's just a bit of armor and just use them as, you know, I don't know, a blood axe or whatever you want to use them as. But I thought I'd do a quick unboxing of Ufthak Blackhawk for everyone to have a look at, you know. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you could please like, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you won't miss a video. This is G The Hypersapien, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.